I'm from Highland Park, Illinois. My son and I survived a mass shooting over the summer. I am in Tennessee on a family vacation with my son, visiting my sister-in-law. I have been lobbying in D.C. since we survived a mass shooting in July. I have met with over 130 lawmakers. How is this still happening? How are our children still dying, and why are we failing them?
You know, you would think that that would be rare, and yet one of the Nashville reporters who was on the air live talking about the mass shooting reflected on the mass shooting that she survived as a kid growing up in Alabama back in 2010. These are becoming so commonplace. There's been, I think, somewhere in the neighborhood of 130 mass shootings in the U.S. so far this year. What's going on here?
That's right. With mass defined, I think, as 3 or 4 or more. It's too many guns. We have weapons of war on the streets, and they're accessible to anybody. People, you don't have to be, you don't have to pass a test. You can get a weapon. Anybody can get a weapon, and state legislatures are passing laws that make it easier to carry. Concealed carry, unconcealed carry. I mean, we are awash in weapons and weapons of war. There should really be no question that, I mean, we don't allow people to, buy their own missiles. So they shouldn't have access to weapons that were made to fight in the jungles of Vietnam. Starting with that. Secondly, we should regulate guns the way we regulate cars. We don't let anybody drive a car unless they take a lesson, they register. You have to pay fees every year or two. So this is what we need to do. We're not doing it because lawmakers are terrified of the gun lobby, and the gun lobby has a chokehold on members of Congress. And so you have, 80, 90% of people want something done about guns. They want assault weapons off the streets, and you can't get votes in Congress. So I keep hoping every time this happens, this is the one that's going to be the tipping point. And, there's a frustration among gun safety advocates that President Obama, he's not fixing this because he's not trying hard enough. Well, President Obama tried very hard too, and he couldn't even get legislation passed after 26 first graders were killed in Sandy Hook 10 years ago. So this is the public, like that, the woman who just spoke out there. I mean, she speaks for everybody. And as more people are worried about sending their kids to school, and you hear conversations, schools are soft targets, and are we going to harden the schools, and where's the money for that going to come from? It is a sick conversation. We need to do what other countries have done, including Australia, including the UK. We need to dry up the culture of gun violence in this country. And I'm looking for an evangelist on the issue, or a lot of evangelists who are going to stand up and at least vote on assault weapons. So make the Republicans, and some Democrats too, make them own their vote. Make them own a yes, keep assault weapons out there. Let the public see, who's behind the inactivity on Capitol Hill. I hope that's what's coming.